Welcome on in, everybody. Tobin here with you. Thanks for checking out the channel. Miami Heat win today, 121, 114. You know, got a little dicey there in the fourth quarter. I wouldn't say it was like on the end of what the Heat were doing to the Bucks. Like it never got to within that like if they make this is actually going to be a game on the line. But certainly a nuisance. Washington was able to go on a crazy run there. Jimmy, Bam had to come back in. Fourth quarters have just been a disaster. I don't know, what it is. I don't know who said it on Twitter, but maybe it was Heat versus Haters. I don't remember, but it was somebody who was like, third quarter. The fourth quarter is the new third quarter. It used to be third quarter right out of halftime, third to the third. Now it's just it's like hold on for your dear life. It seems like in these fourth quarters. But look, they won. They looked fantastic offensively today. Tyler Herro just continues to have a marvelous season. He has really lived up to every claim, goal so far through these first 6 games. He's been unbelievable. He was an assist shy of a triple-double tonight. 24 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals. Just absolutely great. He was 4-7 from downtown. And was just dictating everything, getting people involved, having the ball in his hands. Good things just seemed to happen when 14 had the ball. The confidence in his shot is always there as usual, but he's looked tremendous, man. Everything that he set out to do and all the work that he did and all the noise that he had to hear from whatever avenue that was, whether that be social media, radio shows, podcasts, whatever it may be, Tyler Herro has had blinders on and has just been kicking ass. So he has been the most consistent source of Heat scoring, and that remained the case today. He was really good. And you really, today was probably the best bench performance you've gotten all season. Those reserves came in that third quarter where the Miami put up 41, which matched what they did in the Milwaukee fourth quarter. So this was one to really put them out to a lead. They got up 25 points in this game. And the first game I should mention of the in-season tournament. I probably should have gotten to that lead a little bit faster. But they just were humming. They were humming after halftime and look really great. J. Rich, though it got a little wonky there in the fourth quarter with a couple of decisions. His shot was there. Definitely his best offensive performance. Thomas Bryant was aggressive. Duncan Robinson had his shot going today. He was tremendous. He had 18 points off the bench. And Jaime Jaquez Jr., beautiful steal and slam from him today. For sure, his best performance since the opener. So there was a lot of great things to see tonight and encouraging things to see. There was such an emphasis from Spo on getting the offense right. So while I know Jimmy was commenting that the defense wasn't quite up to snuff on that final quarter there, for the most part, they did a good job. You had a lot of Wizards backups in there. They're, full court press, one of those wacky things, and Miami did malfunction a little bit there. But ultimately, they did a lot of good. They did a lot of good to get them to that point where they could have a little bit of margin for error. Bam, solid game from him today. I thought Bam really brought it on defense today. It was frustrating for a lot of Wizards to try and blow by him. So he really, I would say his focus wasn't a lot on the offensive end, although he had a great run out in the third quarter with nailing shots and opening things up and freeing things up for people. But he was a wall defensively today. He was tremendous. And Jimmy was solid. Jimmy was solid all the way around. We still haven't had, I would say, had that signature Jimmy game yet. but it does feel like this was a work towards the right place. Super efficient. Your bona fide Jimmy Butler 20-7 game. So, look, it's the Wizards. It's not a game you want to probably write home about. The fourth quarter was ugly, but my God, right now, dude, you've lost 4 in a row. Take the win and move on. That's all you got to do. Turn your attention to Monday. Had some good things happen here. Some good production off the bench, which has been lacking. The one thing that is interesting, Eric Spoelstra, Kevin Love was available. Spo did not play him. They started Haywood Highsmith, who was good. He hit a couple from downtown tonight. You know how good Haywood is defensively, but that was the first major move with having Kevin Love back from injury. What this means for him, I don't know. It is interesting. Kevin was out of the rotation with Cleveland and was part of the reason why he got bought out and moved. And Kevin, their record wasn't great when Kevin got here. It got a little bit dicey there in that second half of the season. Certainly had some big moments, and he was a huge factor chemistry wise for the team. But he's 35 years old, and I do think there's a little bit of there has to be some kind of a choice there on. You're really going to go into this starting Kyle Lowry and Kevin Love at their age and with Jimmy Butler. Like it just feels like it needs an infusion of something. Now, whether that means he's going to start coming off the bench, I don't know. Because I don't know if you necessarily look at Kevin Love and be like, yeah, that guy's a spark plug, especially when Caleb Martin comes back. You guys know I've been pounding the table for Nikola Jovic, and now you got a guy who's a power forward who's got the credentials and the resume, and Spo's decided at this point not to play him, and I don't blame him. I mean, it's worked pretty good today. The Heat had a good go of it. So I don't know what that's going to mean for Kevin Love, but it was an interesting thing of note, and in this victory. Now, a couple things on this in-season tournament. Today was it was the debut of the Heat Culture jerseys. And I got to say, I know they've gotten they've gotten crushed by Heat. The Heat fan has not liked them at all. I will say a few things. And I've heard this from Heat marketing people too. Like when you go on leaks in the the first look at things, they are never usually going to look as good as they do when they're on players, they're in the arena, everybody's kind of vibing with it. So I actually think they've kind of grown on me. Like I watched them and I was like, hey, I kind of dig the Heat Culture jerseys. It was with the contrast of the red court, which was a lot. It was a lot on the eyes. I was like, geez, this is very red. Very red. Now that being said, you win on it. Like, henceforth, let us go with the red court. Although I think we're going with the Heat Culture court on Monday when the Lakers are in town. So they have another court that you're going to see with the Heat Culture jerseys. But the Heat Culture jerseys, they look solid. I think they look good on the players. I still stand by. I think they should just say culture on them instead of just Heat Culture. I think that would have made them an absolute 10. But they were growing on me. I thought that they looked pretty good today. Bam, by the way, back-to-back games with the headband. He went with the black headband today, so he's still going with that. And then the intro video, with DMX, that was good. that was good. That was a good intro video. So, hats off to the Heat for their game ops on that one. Really, really well done. And, you take this, you move on. The Heat are off until Monday. They are completely off tomorrow. I would imagine they're probably going to practice on Sunday, if I had to guess. You get 2 games off in between 2 home games. I would venture to say Miami's probably going to practice on Sunday. So we'll see where things are at with that. Still no Caleb Martin. He remains out. Still no playing time for Nikola Jovic. Maybe if it was a 25-point blowout the whole way, my guy Jovi would have gotten some time, but he did not. But again, best best game from the reserves all season. They got, what did they get tonight? 19, 30, 48 points from the bench tonight. So that was that much needed. They needed that kind of punch from that squad. Kyle Kuzma and Jordan Poole today. We're fine. Nothing to write home about. That Wizards team is bad. I mean, look, this is why I said on the video earlier today, like, don't lose to this team. If you're gonna lose, if I understand, like, it's been a tough start to the schedule. Losing the way that the Nets was embarrassing. You can't lose to this Wizards team. They are really, really bad. Really, they are really bad. They don't play a lick of defense. And, Miami did what they had to do. They had this game in hand. Ugly ending to it for sure, getting outscored 33-20 in the fourth quarter. But, just get off the canvas. Get off the losing skid there. Get in the win column and turn your attention to the Lakers on Monday with them right now. What is the Lakers? They're 3-2. They play tomorrow against the Magic. They're in Orlando. And I believe Gabe Vincent is banged up with what they're dealing with. Gabe is out with a knee injury, and he's going to be out for like 2 weeks. So, all the best to Gabe Vincent, man. That sucks. We're not going to get to see him in action or have his revenge game. He won't get his comeback game in Miami because, unless the Lakers make the NBA Finals, I don't think we're going to see him in June. So we'll have to see if they keep up their end of the bargain.